Alright guys, how's it going? So, yeah, about a year and a half ago when True Detective came out, I was reviewing every single episode the day that it aired, and I got a lot of people that have been asking me to do that with the new television show. So I'm back. I wanted to do Hannibal Season 2, but real life happened and I just couldn't get to it. But I'm here, I'm committing to Hannibal Season 3. Every night that this new season airs, I will be reviewing the episode. This one is a little late. I just hadn't finished the Season 2 finale, and I just watched it. I don't know why I hadn't seen it, but I wanted to, I wanted to be caught up. So, Hannibal Season 3, Episode 1, Antipasto. Also, quickly, I'm talking spoilers, so if you haven't seen Season 1, 2, or this episode, you probably shouldn't watch this unless you just really don't care, because this show is amazing, and I don't really want to ruin it for you. So, yes, spoilers. Antipasto. This was a slow episode, and I loved it. I absolutely love this show. I love what Bryan Fuller is doing with this series. It is, in my opinion, the best series on television. As we left off in Season 2, you have Jack Crawford, Will Graham, and Alana Bloom all in Hannibal's house. There's a big bloodbath. All of these characters could be dead. And it leaves off on this crazy cliffhanger with Hannibal basically escaping the country and going to Italy with Gillian Anderson's Bedelia. And yeah, you don't know the fate of Will or any of the main characters, so it's very stressful. And this first episode of Season 3 just doesn't give you anything. It doesn't give you any closure on that, but it's a great thing. It's a great thing. This first episode was slower, and it pretty much has just focused on Hannibal and Bedelia in Italy, kind of readjusting their lives, and it's very strange. It was a very slow episode. This is one of the least violent episodes I've ever seen of Hannibal, which Season 3 is not the kind of procedural that the other two seasons were. This is a totally serialized thing, so they kind of got rid of a lot of like the crime, like this is my vision thing, and they're just going for like more kind of straightforward HBO storytelling, and I think it's going to be fantastic. So Hannibal and Bedelia are in Italy, and they're living, and it's just a weird situation, and it's such a breath of fresh air for this show. This show is absolutely gorgeous, but you do get tired, and I did read an interview with Bryan Fuller saying he was kind of tired of like the whole not CIA, but the whole FBI buildings setting, and it's something fresh. It's this beautiful Italian palette, I guess, and it really like reinvigorates the show. Not that the show was going anywhere at all, but you open and you just have this incredible, it's so slick, just Hannibal on a motorcycle, and he's been killing, and Bedelia, who is his therapist and now wife incognito, they're just trying to like function and live together, but you are always kind of under the impression that Hannibal is manipulating her and that she's scared. She's scared but curious, because she did save him and she did go there with him, but she's terrified because he is this killer, and she knows that he's a cannibal. She knows that he is doing all of this. He's very open about it, and it's very weird to see Hannibal just so open with what he is and what he's doing, whereas there was kind of some opacity in the first two seasons, especially the first season. But we basically, it's just setting up their life, and it's just very, very slow, and we're introduced to a character. Hannibal basically kills a man to take over his job position, talking about Dante and Dante's Inferno at a museum, and he gets the sneaking suspicion of a man named Anthony, who starts to kind of actually understand or like figure out who Hannibal is, not who Hannibal is, but what he is right away, that he is a killer. And in probably one of the only spurts of violence in this show, he kills Anthony, and we're off, and there's good old Hannibal. What I love about the show is it's so beautiful, and it's so surreal and dark, and it's just captivating. It's so super captivating. We also get a bunch of flashbacks with Eddie Izzard, who is as Dr. Gideon. Sorry, it's been a bit since I saw that. But Dr. Gideon, and you basically get to see what Hannibal and Gideon did during that time together, where Hannibal had basically abducted Gideon, and it's really cool. This show is so stylistic that it switches aspect ratios. Like, all of the present day stuff is in full screen, whereas all of the flashback stuff is in 235, which is basically it's like widescreen. It has the black bars, and it's a great aesthetic. It's really cool. The stuff that's done in 235 is insane. It's so cinematic. It reminds me right of a movie. But all of Gideon and Hannibal stuff is in black and white, and it's done in the 235. And then we get a lot of Bedelia, Gillian Anderson's flashbacks, and because you're always under the impression, not under the impression, but they come out and say that she was attacked and that she killed her attacker. But we're starting to get to see that, and yes, that was Zachary Quinto. That was Zachary Quinto. He is coming back. He's in a few episodes, but it's crazy, and we get to kind of see how Hannibal manipulated Bedelia into killing him. So it was a very full episode. It was slower. It was weird because it didn't have that kind of procedural aspect that a lot of the other episodes had to have. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I think this is going to be a fresh new season of Hannibal. I'm very, very excited where they're going to take it. I'm still excited. I'm excited to get Will Graham, and I'm excited to get Jack Crawford and Alana Bloom. And I'm excited to see what happened to them. It's like, I know Brian Fuller, the showrunner, is basically like any of them could be dead, any of them could be alive. I don't think they're going to kill Will, and I don't think they're going to kill Jack, because they do plan on doing Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon in here, so killing Jack Crawford would just kind of be like, somehow they have to be working for the FBI. So in my opinion, I think Alana is a goner. I think she's dead. I don't want her to die. I really liked her character, but I think that's what's going to happen. I can't wait to find out. Cinematography-wise, this show is just absolutely impeccable. It is the best-looking show on cable. Not even cable. It's just the best-looking show on television. This show for me is more cinematic than True Detective ever was. It's just longer. I think this is the best show on television. So if you get the chance, watch it. Also, the score by Brian Retzel. It's so good. The first season score is amazing. The second season score is even better. And this one it's just bringing in new instruments and making this creepy vibe. And it's turned into kind of this like operatic, gothic horror film or TV show. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm super excited to see what is going to happen next week. It's really fantastic. If you haven't seen the other episodes, you should get on that now. Go buy it. I know the DVDs are like $10. Just binge it. You will binge watch the entire thing. I binge watched the first and second season like last week, so I had already seen it, but I binge watched it again because I wanted to prepare, of course. But yeah, I'm going to give Antipasto an 8.5 out of 10. I think it was a really fantastic episode. It was a bit slow. I want to see what happens to Will. And it was just a bit slower, but I mean, otherwise, it is an absolutely fantastic episode. Keep watching Hannibal, guys. I'm going to put my Twitter down below. You can follow me. I'm talking about movies and television shows and stuff like that. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.